I want to bring in now stock market mentor Dan Fitzpatrick. And, Dan, listen, the reason some of those requirements are rolled back, and the reason 33 Democrats in the House and 17 in the Senate voted for it was that they were too onerous on small banks because they couldn't make local loans. So, I mean, that sort of stands to reason. And what I'm worried about is the focusing on spin, blaming the last guy, blaming regulators, is going to miss the point in the sense of urgency in this emergency right now. How do you think they should be handling this?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not the biggest Trump fan in the world, but at some point you got to stop blaming the last guy. And that was the point that I was going to make, was that this was a bipartisan thing. So you can't look back and say, oh, they should have done this and that. This is a problem. It's a systemic problem, but it's a systemic problem in that the people that are running the show here, Powell, Yellen, they're not serious people. And so what they seem to be doing, at least in my view, is they're kind of like playing scramble golf. That's like I play golf. I'm horrible. Hit it off the tee, into the woods, then across the fairway, into the lake. Take a drop, finally into the sand, and you never get it in the hole. So they're really doing this the wrong way, in my view. But I don't even know what the right way is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're being honest about that. By the way, that's why I play miniature golf. But but to that point, in that article, and FT went on to say that, they said these European regulators said America, they've set to for a decade of boring meetings with American regulators who said no bailouts, no bailouts, no bailouts. And all of a sudden, they start to go against everything they preached. Yeah. So now you've got the discount window open. Some people say it's not a big deal. Anytime I see a chart that spikes.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah. I mean, the spike is above the COVID crisis and the financial crisis. This is a spike. Yeah. Somebody's afraid, right?
Well, yeah, the interesting thing is, if you really look at it, the Fed's always talking about, reducing liquidity. That's the whole thing about interest rates. Because of this thing, the depositors are actually doing the Fed's job for them. Right. We want our damn money, and now the Fed's saying, oh, well, maybe we need to do this backstop. It used to be called a bailout. Now it's the backstop, the Bank Term Funding Program, BTFP. Yeah. You know what I think BTFP stands for? Buy the effing put.
Hey, by the way, people were taking money out of the banks last year, hundreds of billions of dollars, and this is that's why regulations wouldn't have mattered. They were looking for yield. Real quick, Dan, I know you had a couple of stock picks. Give us your top idea right now amongst all this turmoil.
My top idea, first of all, large cap tech. They don't need the money. Arista Networks and NVIDIA are awesome right here. The NVIDIA fundamentals not that great. Arista Networks, awesome. So those are the ones that I'd look at, and don't trade them. Own them. Weekly charts. That's what you want.
Love them. Love them. By the way, full disclosure, my subscribers own both of those. Dan, thank you so much. Folks, we'll be right back.
All right. Thanks, Charles.